Hello everybody. Today I was going to make a video on the best workout split that I believe I've ever had. And of 20 some years, 24 years almost of working out, I don't know why it's took me this long to formulate one like this. Formulate sounds fancy, but or just write one out. But I guess I don't put a whole lot of emphasis on uh, workout splits like I do a lot of other stuff. I mostly put emphasis on finding ways to mentally contract the muscle as hard as possible and as right as possible, I guess you'd say, or correct as possible. What is the proper form, and how can I figure out how to contract that muscle as hard as possible without damaging, tiring it. And because that in itself has seemed to make the biggest difference in muscle growth over exercise selection or um, my workout split. But the weight and number of reps and number of sets would probably be second. But just finding ways to push myself is the hardest. So here I am rambling. I'm going to try to get to this, but I want to explain why this is what this workout split is, why it is the best one I've ever had, because there's a rhyme and reason for every day that I have these particular workouts on. I've got my little arrow pointer here, but I made an outline explaining why I have these exercises on these days. So today is Sunday, it's leg day. The reason I have leg day on Sunday is it's Sunday is my cheat day. So I don't fast on, I don't have my intermittent fasting on my cheat day. I wake up and eat a few minutes after I wake up. So I have a meal in me before I go and do that leg workout, where typically my first meal of the day, or I don't even eat before workout. I don't eat until after workout, depending on if it's real early. But it will. Most of the time, my pre-workout shake is the first meal that I'll have that day. So as it takes a while to get in me, but today, Sunday, cheat day, leg day, I'll have a meal a couple hours before I go work out. And I also, during the workout, I usually stop by somewhere and get some sort of candy bar since it's cheat day, and I'll take a bite of that, between my sets as the workout goes on. Just take a bite while I'm resting, and that seems to fuel the workout. I have a better workout while I'm doing that. All that extra sugar, I guess, is fueling my leg workout. And plus it being cheat day, I make leg day my cheat day on leg day for two reasons. One, it's the biggest muscle group in the body, so it's going to have, I guess you'd say, feel the least from eating all those extra calories. It'd be less likely to turn into fat, more likely to be stored as glycogen. And secondly, growing legs never come easy for me. And so if I can do all that I can do to help that leg growth, far as I have a meal before my workout, so I have a better workout. I have carbs during the workout from candy bar. Then afterwards, I get to basically eat all the food that I want, because it's cheat day, to So make sure it helps in that recovery. So the legs get like the, it's like the perfect storm for growth. So that is why another reason leg day is on Sunday. Second reason, on Sunday, the gym is probably the Sunday morning in particular is probably the slowest day of the week. And if I'm going to do legs, I want to pretty much, have the gym to myself, be able to go and do not have to wait around for machines. In particular, on legs, to me, it's the hardest workout of the week. That's the workout I'm going to make the ugliest faces and the most grunting and growling and coming close to passing out or coming close to throwing up. And the last thing I need is, people all around me taking selfies or whatever and not really being serious, which just kills the atmosphere in the gym. Or, rolling their eyes like, God, buddy, you don't need to, you don't need to kill yourself. Like, you got to try that hard? So, yes, I'd like to try that hard. I like to push myself hard as I can, hard as I possibly can, and yet still be able to recover from the workout. And thirdly, I have legs on Sunday because it's 2 days after my last cardio session, after I did cardio, and it's 3 days before I do cardio again. This ensures that my cardio isn't going to affect my strength on leg day because it's been a couple of days, and then doing cardio 3 days after legs ensures my recovery from my leg workout is not going to be affected by my cardio. And that way my legs have rested long enough that I can really push myself on that cardio day, which is typically almost hardly ever anything different other than recumbent bike, and I always do the intervals, high intensity interval training. It's what I've done since 2005. Got away from it a time or two, and I always go back to it because my cardio suffers and my body fat starts creeping back up. Okay, so Monday, chest and calves on Monday. Number one reason, good on Monday because like I said, it gives my legs a day of rest before I hit them with a cardio session. So that's adding something to spread that, my cardio away from my leg day. Secondly, my calves, I like doing calves on this day. Doing calves on this day makes sure that I'm getting full attention, unlike they would if I had done them on the end of a leg workout, which, as anybody knows, after you work your quads and hams and then your back and God knows what, glutes, all that with legs, if you've done squats, that you're done, or you should be done. You should be fried. And so if you do calves, after legs, it's gonna be kind of like a half-hearted workout, which might be enough if you have, you grow calves easy. I don't. If you, like I've said before, if you ever see me, my calves are just kind of like normal. But if you ever see me with an impressive set of calves, you better ask me what I'm doing, because I have figured out how to build calves, because genetically I am not blessed with build big calf genetics. Though I know some people that have them huge just walking around. You could probably get away with, doing calves half-heartedly at the end of a leg workout. It's not bad to be smart to me. And then also, if I'd done them on, what was I saying here? Make sure they're getting the full intention. Then I had done them, if I'd done them at the beginning of a leg workout, so they would get a lot of intention, full attention, full strength, then my squats are going to suffer from my calves being weak, because you know that you use your calves a lot during squats. So if they're all wore out, I won't be wobbling everywhere trying to do squats from being fatigued. It's good working chest this day, as this is give my triceps a full 3 days of rest before they are worked on the day I dedicated to triceps, which is Saturday. So they get work from doing chest this day. Boom, 2, 3, 4. Really a full 5. Like, yeah, 5 days before they. I said that wrong. Before they get worked. So with tries. Plus, then they have another 2 full days before they get semi-worked again by chest. So it's about as much in the middle. I try to separate the things that work the tries away from, same as the things that work the bis, like back. Try to separate those. Then I got Tuesday is abs, bis, and calves. Okay, number one reason it's good on Tuesday, doing those body parts. Doing abs on Tuesday is good since they have now had 2 full days of rest since leg day. Leg day isn't an ab workout, ab day, but the ab muscles do get worked quite a bit when doing things like squats or lunges. So it's giving them a little bit of a separation to rest again. So now I can go, like full strength, full blast on abs. So I can lift the most weight for them. Secondly, this is a good day for biceps, as it's going to give the biceps 2 full days of rest before they are worked again on back day, which is Thursday. So I say that's kind of separate them. And the same for forearms. It's good doing forearms this day, because doing them on this day make sure they have 2 full days of rest before back, and don't affect my back workout, because you don't want fatigued biceps or see, I messed up. I put calves right there. It's supposed to be anyway, that's supposed to be forearms. So my mistake. But you don't want fatigued biceps or forearms before you do a back workout. Then Wednesday is cardio. Why is Wednesday a good day to do cardio? This is a good day to put my cardio on, because like I said, my legs have had 3 full days of rest, so now I can really push myself in cardio session. It is also close enough to my leg workout that I can now stretch my legs really good after cardio, since they are now warmed up, which I stretch all body parts after I get through working out every time. I've seen that's super important. Staying tendonitis free, injury free, not sore, stiff joints. You want to stretch out what you worked that day. But I don't stretch my legs after a leg workout. They get so pumped up, and I don't know if it's because they're such a big muscle, biggest muscles in our body, but I have pulled hamstrings and pulled other muscles stretching my legs after a leg workout. So I like stretching my legs out on my cardio day, which seems to just get them really warmed up, but not super pumped up, not super tight. And I can stretch them a lot farther that day than I can, just like walking around. If I was just to, start stretching them right now, I can go a lot farther, a lot easier. So I stretch my legs both cardio days. After cardio, I stretch my legs as much as I can. And then Thursday, back and traps. Thursday is a good day to do back on because now my spinal erectors, which anybody knows, it's like the tenderloin that runs down our back, 2 slabs of meat on each side of the spine, have had a full 3 days of rest, which they get a lot of work from squats, deadlifts, stiff-legged deadlifts, whatever you do with the back, they get a lot of work. I worked them on leg day, plus now it will be a full 2 days before they are worked again on leg day. I feel like they get worked some on back day, but mostly on leg day. So better to give them more rest after legs than after back. If I do any deadlift type stuff, it's usually on leg day. So like I say, they probably spinal erectors got worked more this day than they do back. So they had 4 days of rest. And you know, they're not always worked on back, but a lot of back exercises work the spinal erector. Deadlift, particularly bent barbell rows, seated cable row. I mean, probably a pull down somewhat. You know, all that really works the spinal erectors. So doing back on this day means it's been a full 2 days since I worked my biceps. So it's kind of like right there in the middle. They'll get hit hard one time a week and semi-hard another time a week. I make this day, thirdly, I make this day a cheat day, but I do have a cheat meal of whatever I want to eat this day. Being that the back is what I consider the second biggest muscle group, with legs being the first, this makes having a cheat meal on a day you would work either one of these a good idea. That is if you're having cheat meals. Not everybody's having cheat meals. I just got over a full year with no cheat meals, so I am back to having my cheat meals, and which I enjoy. But I'll have, like today, basically the whole day after the workout is over, whatever I want to eat, I can eat. I don't go super hard on that, but you know, right now I'm really full. And then I used to do like another whole day on Thursday, but I was just like, it seems like it's too much. So I thought I'll just have one good meal on that day, give me a break, whatever I want. And why not have it on back, which is, like I say, it's a good big muscle group to carb up and help recover, which my back grows easy. It's not a thing I really have to work on, but why not you know, get the most bang on my buck for food wise. Fourthly, this is a good day for traps for the same reason it is back. The traps get majorly worked when you're doing something like a stiff-legged or Romanian deadlift on leg day. So anything, you know, hanging, like today I done Romanian deadlift, you know, holding the bar and bending over and pulling up, and the traps get majorly worked doing that. Any kind of deadlift, you're holding the weight in your hands. So doing them on this day, make sure they are split as far away between leg day and trap day. Just kind of separating them two. Friday, I do cardio again. I do cardio twice a week. Seems to be enough. Specifically, if you're doing high intensity interval cardio, that seems to be plenty. I like making this my last cardio day on Friday for this reason, as I have a full 2 days before leg day. I don't like doing it the day before legs. Plus, it's a good way to get rid of any water retention I might be having from the cheat meal on the day before. And so there you go. It's not really having water retention's not the end of the world. You just don't look all that great. Face can be all puffy to where you got a set of jowls instead of a jawline, and maybe don't want to have that. That's a good way to get rid of some of that. And lastly, Saturday is shoulders and triceps. First reason I have them on this day, I like doing shoulders on this day because it's been a full 4 days since I did chest, which anyone knows that the shoulders get worked some as well when you do chest pressing movements, especially incline. So it's just no way of getting around. They do get worked some. So, they're good ways away. They're going to be, they've had a lot of rest since then. Secondly, also a full 4 days since the triceps have been worked from secondary stimulation from my chest workout, because triceps got worked up here, some on chest, and so they'll get worked really good as by themselves that day. And then thirdly, I like doing triceps on this day with shoulders, not chest. It's not end of the world if you do chest and triceps, but I prefer doing shoulders and triceps. Since when I'm working shoulders, I can choose to leave the triceps out of being fatigued if I wish by doing upright rows, side laterals, instead of many pressing movements that would fatigue the triceps before I actually work them. So it's like upright rows, it's going to be biceps and shoulders, traps, side laterals, that's going to be all shoulders, not really the triceps. So I can choose to not fatigue my triceps much before I actually do triceps. And though I do some pressing movements, I do like 3 sets of barbell presses, machine shoulder press, or dumbbell shoulder press. As this is going to be a warm up, it's going to warm the triceps up, so I don't have to waste a bunch of time directly warming them up when it's time to work them. I try to keep all my workouts under an hour, so if I can warm up, if you can warm up your next muscle group by working the first one, this will save you a lot of time and energy. Example, back then buys, back then forearms, shoulders then triceps, back then traps, chest then triceps. So it's like, on my shoulder warm up, I do a full 4 warm up sets with whatever my first shoulder workout is. So had say I done back then triceps, where the triceps wasn't warmed up at all from anything I done on back, then that means I would have to do a full 4 sets of warm up with for whatever back exercise I did. Then I would do a full 4 sets of warm up for tries, which takes a pretty good while. So like on this day, my shoulder press movements have already warmed my triceps up. So basically all I'll do, I think I've done like when I would do like a French press, skull crusher, whatever you want to call it, tricep extension, then all I have to do is I do 1 acclimation set. I would do a set of 6 reps of 70% of what I was going to do on my working set for my tricep extension. And so that made that a lot shorter. That cut off probably a good 15 minutes from a workout, and so I could keep it in that under hour. Like, most of them are 45 minutes. I think this one was 45 minutes. This one though, I have to do 2 warm-ups for chest and calves. But, you know, if I can stack them that way to cut down on the amount of warm-ups, that's the way I want to do it, to make the workout that much shorter. So that's concludes my best workout split that I have ever had. And you know, I'll probably keep this for a long time. I'll just change number of sets, different exercises for shoulders, keep them in the same spot of the week, but just change, like I say, exercises and sets, and increase weight. So that's it, and I hope you give that a try and like it like I do. So appreciate you watching. Have a good one.